Hi, my name's Laura Schiller. I know most of you know who I am, but I just want to tell you a little bit about my backstory and how I got into Beachbody coaching. I am an attorney. I'm a trust and estate attorney, and I feel so lucky because I absolutely love my job. I do it part time, and I am a mom of three. I have an almost 4-year-old and 2-year-old twins, and obviously now I'm a Beachbody coach. And so I've always been super active. When I was younger, they tried every sport with me. My parents tried every sport with me, and I was so bad at dancing that they had me stand behind the curtain for the recital because they didn't want me to be seen because I couldn't figure out any of the moves. And then I tried soccer, and I would run away from the ball when it came towards me. I tried softball, and I couldn't hit a ball for the life of me. And then I finally tried tennis, and I was actually pretty okay at it, good at it, whatever. And so I played high school tennis and college tennis, and I've always played tennis. So I've always been super active with that. And when I was born, I had a hole in my heart, and so they weren't sure. The technology was so different back then. They weren't sure how bad it was, so I've always had to get checked up. And then at my 12-year-old checkup, they sent me home. And I am so fortunate because a medical student was looking over my charts, and he realized that there was something that was even worse than expected and that I needed to be operated on immediately. And if it wasn't a Wednesday that I went in for my checkup, he would have not looked over my charts. And I am so fortunate that they figured out exactly what I needed and were able to fix it. And I've had no complications since. I think I learned a huge life lesson with that. First of all, obviously, I feel very fortunate that my charts were looked over that day and that they found the problem because my doctor didn't see it. And also, when I had my open heart surgery, I was in the hospital with a bunch of kids, and one was waiting for an open heart transplant. And she didn't know if she was going to get the transplant or not, and she was going to unfortunately pass away. She didn't get the transplant. And then a few others were in and out of the hospital for their whole lives because of their heart problems. And it just made me realize how fortunate I was that although open heart surgery was obviously scary, I was super lucky that I just had to have the open heart surgery and then I was able to leave. And I have been totally active since. I ran a marathon. I had 3 kids, obviously. And I have always been active ever since. I was back on the tennis court within 6 weeks. And, I just feel very fortunate that I'm able to live an active life. So I've always been super active, as I said. I did tennis, throughout college. Then I started running. I ran a marathon. I ran probably 6 half marathons. Always super active. And then all of a sudden, I was trying to get pregnant, and I was running 6 miles a day at that time. And I would go to the gym for 2 hours if I wasn't running. And then the doctor thought that it might be prohibiting me from getting pregnant by being so active. So I stopped. I completely stopped being active for, I was trying for 2 years to get pregnant. So those 2 years, and then I had my son. Oh, then I was pregnant. I was too nervous to start working out again, so I didn't. Then I had him, and quickly thereafter, I was fortunate enough to get pregnant with my twins. So I was not active for about 5 years. So when I had my son, though, I was so sick. When I was pregnant with my son, I was so sick for 19 weeks that I only gained 14 pounds with him. And so a week later, basically I lost the weight. It was no problem. And then I got pregnant with the twins. And fortunately and unfortunately, I didn't get sick. So I gained about 4 times as much weight. And I couldn't figure out how to lose the weight. And I tried a lot of things, and I just thought it would happen naturally, and I was pumping for them, so I thought for sure I'd lose the weight, but it was just not coming off. The last, I'd say 15 pounds were just not coming off. So I was at my friend's house, and she told me about T25 and Shakeology, and I never heard of either of those. I wasn't watching too much TV because I had 3 little ones, so I didn't see any of the infomercials. I had no idea what I was signing myself up for. But my coach, Lindsay, looks amazing, so I wanted to look like her. So I was like, all right, I'll do whatever you're doing. So she told me about T25 and Shakeology. And another thing about me is that I happen to be one of the pickiest eaters in the world. I'd say I go out to dinner, and 80% of the time, I don't touch my food, and I can't even blame the restaurant because I know it's totally me. But I will take a bite out of something and usually hate it. So I've tried tons of protein shakes because I'm severely anemic. So my doctors have told me for years to try protein shakes. I've tried them all. I really don't like too many of the shakes. And so I didn't even know anything about Shakeology. I didn't know any of the benefits of it or anything, but I just bought, T25 and Shakeology. And I tried the vanilla Shakeology and I didn't love it. So it's like, great, another, waste of money. But then the next day I tried chocolate because I got the vanilla and chocolate packets and I love the chocolate Shakeology. I am obsessed with it. I've had it every single day. Now I started to have cafe latte as well, but for a year and a half I've had chocolate every single day. And then I started T25, and I love that it was 25 minutes a day. I felt like I could commit 25 minutes each day. I would just wake up a little early before my kids and do the workout, and I still do that. And I just started to lose the weight pretty quickly. Within a few months, I was back to my pre-pregnancy weight, and then I lost a few more pounds, and I just felt so great. And with Shakeology, I really feel great on it. It gives me the energy I need to, do my daily tasks. And also my anemia levels have been much better. And I had PCOS, so that's why I couldn't get pregnant so easily. And last time I went to the doctor said that my PCOS is looking much better. I barely have it anymore. And I started doing some research, and people do say that Shakeology helps that. I have no idea, but my PCOS is looking great. Not that I'm having any more kids, but it's good to know. And so I wish I would have had Shakeology 5 years ago and not had to go through all of that. But anyway, Shakeology has definitely made a huge impact on my life, and T25 has too. I started with T25. I do Insomnia Max 30 and T25, and I do a lot of the on-demand, and I check out a lot of the workouts, and I just feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm happy with my weight. I feel like I'm strong. I feel like I am confident thanks to Beachbody coaching, and I love helping others with the coaching. I started out, I just wanted the discount on Shakeology, and then I started telling people around town because people were asking how I lost the weight, and I started to see how amazing it is to help others in their health and fitness journey, and I really just wanted to continue to do it. And every Saturday when I wake up to the text messages from my challengers and my coaches about how they did and how much weight they lost and how great they feel, it just makes me realize how amazing of a job it is. And I feel so fortunate that I found Beachbody, and I love sharing it with all of you guys. And thanks for listening to my story, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.